Okay, so I'm going to do another crochet video. This one is going to start with the magic circle. My last one I did it with the chain 4 to make your circle. This one I'm going to start it with the magic circle and to do a beanie hat. This is going to be for a baby. But first, our Bible verse is, I lift up my eyes to the mountains. Where does my help come from? My help comes from the Lord, the maker of heaven and earth. That's Psalms 121, verses 1 and 2. Okay, so in order to do a magic ring, I just hold my yarn down here and use these 2 fingers. And I wrap it around, and then I wrap it around again and make an X. And I just hold it like that. Let me make it length a little better. Well, let me do it again. Wrap it around those 2, and then I go up like this. Just like that. So let me do it one more time because I probably didn't get it in focus. And if I get out of focus, I'm sorry. And if you want to watch these, leave a comment and I'll watch closer what I'm doing. So you just hold your yarn in these 2 fingers and you wrap it around, and then you wrap it around like this, and I just hold it right up there. Just like that. Now, see, all you've done is wrapped it around. You've wrapped it around twice, but instead of making 2 loops like this, you've made an X with that second one. You go underneath this bottom loop here, and go over the top one and just pull it through. Okay, then you're going to turn it like this, and that is going to leave that hole kind of little. Don't hold it too tight. And it won't be too little, because then you need to go up and hook this yarn and pull it through just like that, and that makes your magic circle just like that. Now I'm going to do it one more time. If you hear kids, it's my grandkids. They're down there playing. 2 of them are. Okay, so hold your yarn, fingers, wrap it around once, and then wrap it around twice to make that X. Go underneath this, go over this one and pull it through. And it'll be twisted like that. But then you grab your yarn here again, and you bring it through like you would a slip stitch. There you go. Now, then I just pull it a little tight. There is your magic circle. Now, just watch it over and over until you get it if you want to, or you can do the chain 4, which is you make your slip knot, chain 4 chains, and then you slip stitch from the first chain on your hook, and that'll make your circle. You work right in the middle of your chain 4. I showed that in the other video. Okay, so we're going to make a beanie for a newborn, and it's going to be 12 to 14 inches wide, and it's going to be like 6 inches tall. Now, the pattern that I found, it says to use a 5mm crochet hook. Well, I'm using a 5.5, so mine's probably going to be a little bigger, but that's okay. You do your measuring. It calls for a 5mm hook, and depending on your stitches and stuff, you know, it might be a little bigger, it might be a little bit littler. That's okay, because once you get this down, and I did the baby because it's faster, then you're going to be able to make any size you want to. And because they'll all be, this is just a simple one. There's nothing fancy about it. It's just a double crochet beanie. So the first thing you want to do is chain 2. 1, 2. Now, in this middle, now this does not count as a chain. In this middle, just like when I showed you the chain circle, you're going to put 12 double crochets in this middle. And I'm going to pull this down just a little so it's easier for me to work with a smaller circle. So in order to do a double crochet. You wrap your yarn around your hook, go through your circle, and see you're going to be getting your circle and your tail here. Then you go up, wrap. I'm getting out of line. Okay, so let me say that again. We're going to do 12 double crochets in here. This counts as nothing. It's not a stitch. What you want to do is wrap your yarn around your hook, go through this middle, and you're going to get your circle and your tail, okay? And then you wrap it around and you bring it through. You're going to have 3 chains, 3 chains on there. You wrap it around and you bring it through the first 2. You wrap it around again and bring it through those 2. Now you're going to repeat that 12 times in this circle. So, let me see if I can pull this back a little bit. Alright. Wrap around, go through that middle, wrap around, pull it up. You're going to have 3 chains on your hook. Wrap around, pull through 2. Wrap around and pull through 2. See, you've done 2. Now we're going to repeat that 10 more times. And I'm going to go slow. Well, I'm listening to my grandkids play today. It's so pretty outside. It's such a beautiful, beautiful day. Pull that a little tighter. Okay. Wrap around. Go through the middle. Wrap around. Pull it up. Wrap around. Pull through 2. Wrap around and pull through 2. Wrap around. Go through the middle. Wrap around and pull through it. Then wrap around, pull through 2, wrap around and pull through 2. Now, I think probably the whole hat. I'm going to go stitch by stitch. It's going to take a while, but I'm going to do that because this is for people that are just starting, and that's the kind of videos I watched when I first started because it makes it easier. And you don't even have to make something. You can do a chain and practice your stitches, take them out, practice your stitches and take them out, and get each stitch down really good. And that way you will not have a problem when you want to start making your stuff. So wrap around, go through this middle, wrap around, pull it through, wrap around, pull through 2, wrap around, pull through 2. Now, I'm going to push these together a little. There we go. And I'm going to count them. There's each little V is a stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Because remember, these 2 stitches right here do not count. So I've got 8 double crochet on this. And I need to do 4 more. So, wrap it around. Go through the middle, wrap around, bring it up, wrap it around, pull it through, wrap it around, pull it through, wrap around, go through the middle. Crochet is easy, and I'm not a good teacher. I don't think I can crochet myself just fine. For some reason, I really took to crochet, and I can remember patterns. How, I have no idea because I can't remember my name sometimes. But I really enjoy doing it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. One more. Wrap it around, go through the middle, wrap it around, pull it up. Wrap around, pull through 2 loops, wrap it around and pull through your last 2 loops. Now, just like I did in the other video, you got your tail and you have worked your tail in all the way around. You want to hold your work right here, not tight, and then just pull it. Now this one makes it tight, a whole lot tighter. Circle, middle. You can't even see through that one. The other one, it leaves a little bit open, but that really doesn't matter anyway. You can put a little pom-pom on top, or, you know, you're really not going to notice that. Now, in order to close, that's your first row of your beanie. Now, in order to close this first row, you find your first stitch, which it's not these two chains. It's this stitch right here, and here's the top of it. If you need to use a stitch marker, use a stitch marker. I love stitch markers. But don't wrap around or anything. You just go through it, wrap around your yarn, pull it through, and then do a slip stitch. Just pull it through. Now, there's your first row. There's your first row. Now, here comes the second row. And through all the rows, your first step is you're going to chain 2. Not going to count as a stitch. You're just going to chain 2. Now, this is going to be an increase row. And how we're going to do it is each stitch around, and I'm going to put a stitch marker in my last stitch. That way when I get done, I can count back and make sure that I've got enough stitches. Because I mess up on stitches a lot still. And I've been crocheting for probably 11 years. But anyway, so you want to put 2 double crochets in each stitch. Now if you want to make sure you get the first stitch right, count back from this stitch 12. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So this stitch right here is where you're going to start. This stitch right here, and you're going to put 2 double crochets in that stitch. So you go right in here, yarn over, pull it through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull 2 through. Now you're going to do the same thing again in that same stitch. Yarn over, put it through the stitch, yarn over and pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull 2 through, and pull through 2. I get tongue tied a lot too. Pull me up some yarn here. My little grandson's got it tangled up a little. That's okay. Well, all right. You really got it. Okay. All right, it's going to take me just a second. I don't know how in the world I even done it. Okay, he was moving stuff around so he could sit on the couch. All right. So, in each stitch around, you're going to put 2 double crochets. That way, at the end of this round, you should have 24 stitches. Okay? So wrap it around in this next stitch, go through it. You're going to put 2 double crochets in each one. There's 1, and here's 2. Repeat that all the way around. Now if you need to pause this, pause it. I'm going to do every stitch in this one. Probably after this one, I'll show you a few stitches in the first row, and then I'll meet you at the end of each row. But we're going to do this one together. You wrap around, and you put 2 stitches in this next stitch too. There's 1 double crochet, and you go in that same stitch, and you put another one. That's 2. Put 2 double crochets in each one of your stitches, and you'll have 24 at the end. I'm making the little crown for the hat right now. We're almost to the end. You take your time. If you've just started, take your time. Take your time and practice. Let's see, I've only got one in that one, so here's the other one. I'm going to wrap around going this one. Put 2 in it. Two left, so I'm going to put 2 in this stitch. And there's the second one in it. Now, remember I put the stitch marker in my last stitch, so this right here is my last stitch. So what I'm going to do is put 2 double crochets in it too. So here's 1 and 2. Now that's my last stitch of this row, so I'm gonna put the stitch marker in it. Now, we're gonna close this round off just like we did the first one. You're gonna go in, now see, there's your chain 2. You don't want it. You want this stitch right here and right at the top. You want this stitch right here. I'm gonna have to rewatch these videos because they're probably blurry and everything. You're not going to double crochet, you're just going to go in this stitch and make sure you get both loops, and then wrap around, pull it through, and then pull it through that last stitch. See, just like that. And there you should have 24 double crochets. Now the next one is going to be an increase too, but we're going to do it a little different. You're going to do 2 double crochets in the first stitch, and then the next stitch you're only going to put 1 double crochet in, and you're going to do that all the way around. So and another thing, if you start out with the double crochet, 2 double crochets, you will end in 1 crochet. Or some people start off with the single double crochet in this first one, and then 2 double crochets in the next one. What we're going to do, we're going to chain 2, and then we're going to put 2 double crochets in this stitch right here, the first stitch. There's 1 and 2. Let me pull up some more yarn. Okay, there's 2 double crochets in that first stitch. Now your second stitch is only going to get 1 double crochet. That's your repeat. 2 double crochet in the next one. And then 1 double crochet in the next stitch. That's what you're going to repeat all the way around. So it'll be 2 in this next one. And then 1 double crochet in the next one. 2 in the next one. And then 1 in the next one. Grab some more yarn. Okay, just repeat that all the way around. 2 in this next stitch. then one in the next one, 2, and then 1, 2, then 1. Okay, 2 in the next stitch. Second one, and then 1 double crochet in the next stitch, 2 in this next one, 1 in the next one, 2 in this stitch, I'm catching my yarn, but see what I'm doing. Okay, got that little thread right there stuck up. Okay, so here's my other one for this stitch, and then 1 for the next one. Okay, wait a minute here. I think I've done something. Alright, we're on our last stitches now. So I did 1 in that one. I do 2 in this one. 1 and 2. And then 1 in this one. And 2 in this one. And since we started out with 2 in the first stitch, because this is just a chain 2, remember it doesn't count. So this last stitch here will be a single crochet in it. Okay, and then you slip stitch to close this round. Okay, now we're going on to the third round, and it is a little bit different than the last one. Okay, I'm going to show you how to do it if you put the crochet hook in your first stitch. First of all, let's count the stitches and make sure they're right. Okay, that's our slip. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, and 36. Okay, that's right. Supposed to have 36. I count mine because I mess up. And it's okay. The good thing about crochet, if you mess up, check each row, and then you just have to, for our 1 row, take 1 row loose. Okay, so this next one, we start the same way we did the rest of them. Chain 2. Now we're going to go in this first stitch, and you're going to do a double crochet. So do a double. Now when you do your first stitch, You can put your stitch marker in it. Now we're doing 2 in that first one. Now for the next 17 stitches, we're only going to do 1 double crochet because you're done with the crown. So now we need to start bringing it in. So the sides, we'll do the sides. So your first stitch in this round was 2 double crochet in this one. And now for the next 17 stitches, you're just going to do 1 single crochet. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, and 17. Okay, so that was 1 in the, remember, the first stitch, 2 double crochet. The next 17 stitches, just 1 double crochet. Now, in this next stitch, you're going to do 2 double crochets. You're only going to increase this row by 2 stitches, and this is it. Okay, your first stitch got 2 double crochets. The next 17 only got 1 double crochet. Your next stitch got 2, and now the rest of them only get 1. So 1 double crochet all the way to the end. And I'll show you how it's making the hat come up on the sides when I get done with this row. That's my grandkids. If you're wondering why they're not in school, they're homeschooled, which I love. In my opinion, too much crazy goes on in schools. It's not like when I went to school. Which has been many years ago. Okay, we've got this one more stitch. Okay, now see how it went from a circle, just the last row, and now this row, it's starting to turn down into like a little beanie. It's going to be a cute little beanie. You could even, if you wanted to do like little felt eyes or a mouth, you can make a little pumpkin out of this. for the top, instead of a little pom-pom, you could make like a little felt stem and stuff, or you could even crochet a little stem to go on it and some leaves. That would be really cute too. Alright, so we're done with this row. Here was our first stitch. Take my stitch marker out, and we're going to slip stitch this closed. Slip stitch. Okay. Now, for the next 5 rows, 5 through 8, or I'm sorry, 4. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. No, for the next 3 rows, I'm sorry, you're going to do 1 double crochet in each stitch all the way around. When you get to the end of that round, you slip stitch it closed just like we had before. So I'm going to do a few stitches with these, and then I'll be back when I finished my 8th row. Okay, so the beginning of every row, you chain 2. And then I want a single crochet in each stitch around. And I'm going to put my stitch marker in. Okay, so a single double crochet in each stitch all the way around, and you're going to do 3 rows of that. Just 1 double crochet into each stitch around. Now, if you pause it if you want to until you get done with your row 8, and I will show you real quick how to count your rows. Okay, counting rows, it's simple. See, this is your first one, right? There's 1, 2, 3, 4, and that is the one we're on. So here we've started 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you'll do 5, 6, 7, and 8. Well, that's 4 rows. I'm sorry. My math is crazy. But you do 4 rows of that. 4 rows of 1 double crochet in each stitch. And then I will meet you back. Okay, I'm coming up on my last few stitches, so I'm going to do them with you. We're still just do 1 double crochet in each stitch. I don't think that's a stitch. No, okay. So here's my first stitch, and you just want to slip stitch this closed. Make sure you go through both loops, wrap around, bring it through. Just bring it through. And then you want to chain 2 and do the same thing all over again. Wrap around, 1 double crochet in each stitch all the way around. And I'll meet you back here in a second. If you need to pause it, pause it. Okay, I'm at the end of the next row, and I'm going to slip stitch it closed. And then I'm going to show you what it should start. See how it's starting to look like a little bitty beanie. Now, a minute ago, I know I got everybody confused. I confused myself about how many rows you do. From the magic circle down, 1, 2, 3, 4. Counting the magic circle, there were 4 rows that you had. The last 3 you had an increase. Okay, so starting on the 5th row, it's 1 single crochet all the way around, and you need to do that 4 rows. So row 5, 6, 7, and 8 will be 1 double crochet in each stitch around. So I've done 2, and I'm going to count. We're going to count. You count your rows and make sure 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I've got 2 more rows to go. And you start them out, every row you start the same. You chain 2, and then you do 1 double crochet in each stitch around. That's how you start each row. You end the row the same way as you slip knot it, or you slip stitch it closed, and then you start your row with the chain 2, and then it's 1 double crochet in each stitch around. Now I know I'm probably confusing you, and I'll probably redo a lot of these videos when I get the hang out of how to make them and how to keep my camera focused and all that stuff. I might even put other stuff on here. I don't know yet. Other crafting stuff. Maybe how to make a pumpkin roll. But I'm not for sure yet. Alright. So, finish out this. I've got this row and then 1 more to do. And when you have a total of 8 rows from the first down, it's 8 rows. Then we'll put just like it's not really a border, but we're going to do the last little row different. And another thing, I'm going to run in here in a second and get a tape measure, and we're going to measure and see how big it is. Because like I said, the width I believe is supposed to be 12 to 14. Yeah. And then the length of it should be about 6 inches long. So I'll go in there in a second and get it. Alright. So I'm going to finish this row out. How much have I got left? Yeah. I'll finish this row out and I will be right back. Okay, I'm on my last row. I'm getting ready to slip stitch it closed. And then I'm going to measure. Okay. Now, you lay your hat flat. I've got this little tape measure. And it's supposed to be like 12 to 14 inches wide. Round. So this is 6, so it's about 12. It is about 12. So that's okay. Mine, I thought it'd be bigger than that because you're supposed to use a 5 millimeter crochet hook, and I used a 5.5. So let's see how tall it is. It's supposed to be 6 inches. Well, what do you know? It'll be like 5 with that bottom one. So I'm going to go ahead and do 1 more row. You can go online and Google what the measurements are from a newborn all the way up to an adult. Now, of course, you know, everybody's head is different. So it's better to measure the head yourself. But it comes really close. It comes really close. Like this one, I thought it would be bigger instead of not big enough. I thought it'd be bigger. So I'm going to do 1 more row. I'm going to chain 2 and do 1 more row of the single double crochets in each stitch, because that will make it plenty long enough. And then when I come back, we will do the finish row. Get everything cleaned up. Okay, so I finished another row, so now I'm going to measure it and see what it measures. It's supposed to be like 6 inches long from the top there. So, okay, it's about 5.5. So when I get the last row on, it'll probably be good. So that's what we're going to do now. If you haven't finished it, so I ended up, instead of having 8 rows, I have 9, which is really weird because I used a bigger crochet hook, but hey, that's what it is, okay. So I'm going to count my rows so I can show you how many I've got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So I've got 9 rows instead of 8, but that's okay. Now, if you're not done yet with your rows. I'm gonna chain 2. If you're not done with your rows, pause the video until you are and then come back. Alright, so this last row is going to be different. It's going to be a half double crochet all the way around. And instead of working in the top, see how your stitches are? We were working between this little, well, I guess I should get over here where you can see it. Working through this, the stitch up here, and this little piece of yarn here. That's how we did the last ones, going through, right? This time we're going to go through down here, the big part of the stitch, okay? And I'm going to do them in half double crochets. So how you do a half double crochet, wrap your yarn around, go through down here, wrap your yarn around, pull up. Now you've got 3 loops on your hook. You're going to wrap around and just pull through all 3, and that is a half double crochet. And you're going to do 1 in each stitch. So you wrap around and go down here, wrap around, pull up. You're going to have 3 loops on your hook, wrap around and pull through all 3, just like that, all the way around. Wrap it around, go through here right in the middle, wrap around, bring it up, wrap around all 3, bring it through all 3, wrap around, go through this middle here, wrap around, bring it through. You're going to have 3 loops on your hook, wrap it around and pull through all 3. That is how you do a half double crochet. Wrap it around, go through the middle, wrap it around and pull through 3 loops, wrap it around and pull through all 3. Now you're going to continue to do that all the way to the end, and then I'll be back. Okay, so I'm at the end of the row where I did the half double crochet all the way around, and I'm going to close it just like we did the rest of them. Go in my stitch and be sure and don't get this chain 2 here. You want to go in your first, the top of your first chain, or I'm sorry, your first stitch. Go through that right there. Make sure we get 2 loops. Okay. Now, and we're just going to slip stitch it closed. Now, in order to tie it off, you want to do 1 chain and pull it through quite a bit of yarn. Snip it, pull it on through, and just pull right here. And that's not going to go anywhere. Now, it's not going to look like that once you sew it in. But here's what your little beanie looks like. I think they're just so cute. They're so cute. I'm going to measure it one more time and see how big it is. I thought it'd be a lot bigger than what it is. Okay. But see, mine, it's almost 6. You can't see. It's almost 6. Like that much. But anyway, I believe that would fit a newborn. And this yarn is soft too. And I don't know why I've got these little pieces of fuzz in it, but that's the second one I found. Now you will notice this. You see this line? The next one I'm going to make, it will not have that in there. And it'll be a little bit, just a little bit different. And it will not have that in there. But I think these are so cute. And they're really quick to make. You could make a bunch of them and donate them to the hospital for the babies. Just get a really soft yarn. And this is Red Heart. That's what I've been using on all these videos so far. And I use the orange because it's easier to see. But anyway, there's your little newborn beanie. It would probably fit a doll too, like one of the, I don't know, those little life dolls or whatever. I don't know what they're called. But you can make these for anything. And if you've got a little like stem up here and a couple little crocheted leaves and cut you some felt out, if you want to, and glue it. But I don't know if I do that for a newborn. I would do it for an older one. I made unicorn hats one time for my 2 granddaughters. They were so cute, and all it is, you start off with your little beanie, and then you just crochet the horn and the little squiggly things. Crochet's not hard. As long as you get your basic stitches down, you can crochet anything you want to crochet. So there's the beanie. I will probably redo this video because I stumbled along pretty bad. But there you go. Thank you. If you made it this... Oh, wait. I'm going to show you how to sew in your ends, because you got more than one. First of all, you want to sew this one in. So make sure it's still pulled tight. This is the one right in the middle. And you can tell this is the wrong side of your yarn and the right side. You can tell really easy with this. Okay. So, thread this up. I've got my big-eyed darning needle. Okay. And where I sewed in, you can tell right here that I crocheted around this way and it comes out this end. So I'm going to skip this first stitch and I'm just going to crochet back around. Or crochet. Sew it back around. And I'm going to do it all the way around. And I'm just doing these back stitches right here. And it does not have to be perfect. I mean, who's going to look at your beanie in the top part? After you do that, then skip a couple stitches and go back around again. Now, if you want to make it, I guess, extra secure, this last little stitch you went through, put your needle through there, pull it up. Let's get that little scraggly. And then put your needle through your little loop. I'm going to do it 2 times. And then you just pull it tight all the way down. Now, I'm going to sew it in just a little bit more, like right through here. Pull it, and then I'm going to snip it off. Okay, so you can't even tell it. Now, this one, same way. You want to sew it on the inside of your hat. And you can just go through these stitches like this. You can even go through the middle of them. I mean, you don't have to be perfect. Move down here. Probably be easier to do it that way. Okay, then go back up, skip this first stitch, go in this one, and go back up through there. Then I'm going to come down again, skip that right there. I'm just going to come down one more time. Okay, I'll pull it snug, not too tight, and then I'm just going to snip it off. Pull it, tug it a little. There you go. Okay, so there's your hat. I've got that rolled out. Here's your little toboggan. They're really cute. you can do this with any stitch. You could do it with a single crochet. We did it with a double. You can do it with a half double crochet. A single crochet would make it a little bit warmer probably. It wouldn't be, you couldn't really see through the stitches. You'd have to do more rows. But anyway, there you go. There's your first little toboggan. Thank you for watching. If you made it this far, I would appreciate you subscribe and like this. And the next one, I'll try to make it better. Thank you for staying and have a blessed day. I will see you later.